Thank you for coming. Today, I stand on the west side of Cedar Rapids on the corner of B Avenue and 3rd Street to announce I'm running for mayor of this great city. There's been a lot of talk about the future of the city, and I want to start by clearly saying I have no doubt that Cedar Rapids' best days lie ahead. The question isn't whether Cedar Rapids will recover and return to the days when we led Iowa in job creation and innovation. Instead, the question is whether we will do this together in a unified community and do it sooner rather than later. I believe we need a new game plan that gets us moving forward and achieves the goal of sooner. The purpose of my remarks today are not to criticize the current administration, because we all know no Cedar Rapids administration has faced the challenges this one has. Nonetheless, there comes a time when you have to take a step back and recognize mistakes made in City Hall for the purposes of learning and making sure we do not make them again. If ever there was a time that Cedar Rapids needed decisive leadership, that time is now. We've lost homes, schools, businesses, churches, but most challenging is the number of good people who have left our community because of this crisis. Instead of clear, unified decision-making, our city government has given us studies, overpaid out-of-state consultants, and delays. At a time when we desperately needed our city leaders to present a clear plan to state and local government, we had indecision and a reliance on outsiders to make decisions for us. Imagine if Quaker, Penford, Cargill, and all the other businesses that reopened after the flood made the decision to delay and wait. If they had, more people would be out of work. There may be a time to study issues, but now is not that time. We have enough clear-thinking people in our community to make bold decisions necessary to recover and grow. And it's those people I call on now to join this cause. First, we need a new game plan to repair our image. Years ago, there was a cartoon in the Des Moines Register. It showed a sleeping man under a tree with the caption Des Moines. It also showed a young runner going by that man as he slept. The caption was Cedar Rapids. Our town was known as a leader in job creation, culture, and innovation. Today, our current city government is looked at quite differently. I've talked to many local citizens who feel that we've lost our stride. And sadly, many outsiders feel the same way. If you have no faith in a CEO and a board of directors, are you going to make an investment in that company? The pockets of the Cedar Rapids taxpayer are not deep enough to fund this flood recovery. We need both the state and local government to have confidence again in Cedar Rapids. If you have pride in this community and believe we have to repair our image, then I ask you to please stand with me. Second, in 2009, we've been hit with a stock market collapse and the highest unemployment rate in 25 years. We need a new game plan to create jobs and economic development. You know, we've been here before. Back in the 80s, we lost companies that we thought would always be permanent fixtures of our skyline. The Wilson packing plant smokestack stands as a reminder of that bygone era. But leaders stepped up. They recruited new companies and jobs to Cedar Rapids. Strong leadership led to shovels turning dirt. And soon, PMX Industries, Genencor, Cedar River Paper, they all located here. That meant good jobs and a growing tax base. Today we face a similar situation. Souvenir Pen, Cryovac, and Swiss Valley Farms are closing their doors. Just as the old smokestack at the packing plant stands as a reminder, the familiar Swiss Valley sign along 380 is a new reminder. We need to step up just as previous leaders did and bring more jobs and companies to Cedar Rapids. We need to rebuild our commercial and our industrial tax base. IBM is locating over 1,000 jobs in Dubuque. Google is locating jobs in Council Bluffs. What about Cedar Rapids? If you believe, like I do, that we need to create more jobs and have a greater focus on economic development, I ask you to please join me. Finally, we need a new game plan that puts the city government on the side of the taxpayer. We must break the culture of delay that has taken hold of City Hall. Delay cost us jobs as well as opportunity to rebuild in some situations. Too many homes sit abandoned. Too many small businesses remain paralyzed waiting on City Hall to act decisively. The library, the fire station stand as monuments to delay. Instead of working aggressively to move these basic services forward, we've been given a 6-month plan to study a new City Hall. Last week, the citizens of Cedar Rapids voted to dig a little deeper into their pocket to help flood victims. As mayor, I will make sure those resources go to rebuilding homes. It's right to say we may need some temporary revenue to help get us out of this mess, but we should not stand for a city government that tries to use the flood as an excuse to enact permanent tax increases on our community. As we rebuild, city government must become more efficient and less costly. If we fail, many citizens may not be able to afford the property taxes City Hall is asking them to pay. Just a month ago, a budget was proposed that raised property taxes 14%. That's wrong. And I would hope that a more frugal budget is submitted, which keeps increases to at least the rate of inflation or lower. If you believe we need a city government that is decisive, one that will focus on rebuilding homes in Cedar Rapids, and one that will worry as much about the family budget as it does the government budget, then I ask you to please join me. My vision for Cedar Rapids is simple. Use city government as the catalyst to recovery and growth. But get out of the way of people, churches, and businesses as they use their innovation and determination to bring our community back. Use local, state, and federal relief funds in a way that they are intended to spur redevelopment and relief for those who need it, but never to use it to grow city government in a way that will permanently cost taxpayers more in the future. The greatness of Cedar Rapids will come from its people and institutions. There is no doubt that government will play an important role in that process. That role must have results with timely decision-making and leadership. My friends, we must again become that pace setter. So the entire state is looking to the city of 5 seasons and marveling at our progress. Never let it be said that a flood held Cedar Rapids back. Instead, we will let the world know that the flood of 2008 was a catalyst to again find our spirit of innovation. This future will happen with strong and decisive leadership from City Hall. Today, I offer the citizens of Cedar Rapids a new game plan, one that relies on the experience and knowledge of local experts, and one that recognizes and respects the wisdom of voters. I offer the people of Cedar Rapids my experience in government, the Chamber of Commerce, and in business. While many people know me as an employee of CRST, what most people don't realize is I started my own small business, Pepe's Ice Cream Trucks, 20 years ago. I know the challenges of a small business. I also understand how decisions by bureaucrats and politicians can wipe out an entire year's profit for a small business person. I've also spent my time in the state legislature as Speaker of the House. I developed a reputation as a consensus builder, one that could work with both Democrats and Republicans. We faced challenges and we forged solutions, but we did not delay. The bottom line of my remarks is this. The 2009 campaign for mayor, I want Cedar Rapids to win. And that is why today I'm throwing my hat in the ring to be the next mayor of our community. Your support for a new game plan for Cedar Rapids is appreciated and needed, not simply for this campaign, but for even more, for our community and the collection of hardy souls who call this place home. Thank you.